Welcome to another episode of Dante's Prison Stories. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, or I'm gonna push that blade. Back in 2005, me and my homeboy Al found ourselves in the MDOC prison system. That's Michigan Department of Corrections. Being new in the prison system, me and Al had no idea how to program as convicts. There's a lot of unwritten rules while locked up that convicts have to abide by. You have the prison rules and you have the inmate rules. If you find yourself breaking some of these inmate rules, you can lose your life immediately. See, remember I told y'all me and Al was young, so we still had our childlike, teenage-like mind mentality. We laughed, we joked a whole lot. Some of these older convicts, they wasn't feeling that at all. They say misery loves company. So there was no surprise when we ran across this inmate by the name of Big Cadillac. See, Big Cadillac was from Detroit, Michigan. He caught a body in '87, which landed him in the MDOC prison system. He ended up getting a life sentence without the possibility of parole. You see, Big Cadillac was a gangster. There's one thing that he couldn't stand, was homosexuals and dudes that joke too much. He'd walk around with his face always screwed up to the point where people just tried to avoid him. Every time me and Al seen him coming, we'd just get out of his way. Dude had to have been about 6'2", 230 pounds. We done seen him display extreme violence more than enough times for us to know that if we got in this way or he wanted to be confrontational with us, that we was gonna have to jump him or push that blade inside of him. So then rather confront this guy, we decided to just get out of his way. You know, he's an old timer. We knew we young. He been locked down. We just got in here. Let's just get out of his way. There was a time where I seen this punk. Okay, if y'all want to know what a punk is, go look at my old videos. Okay, there was a time where this punk by the name of Susan walked up to Big Cadillac and tapped him on his shoulder. When Big Cadillac turned around and seen that it was Susan, he hit him with a right, knocked Susan right out, cold clock right out. See, he projected this image like I said, he didn't like homosexuals and he didn't like guys that joked a lot. Okay, so when me and Al seen this, we like, dang, Susan didn't even do nothing to him, just walked up to him and asked him a question, and he just turned around and slapped him. When he did that, Susan's boyfriend or husband, whatever you want to call it, he ran up on him like, yo, why you do that? Why you do that? So he was like, hey, hold on, let me get the voice right. So Big Cadillac was like, listen, I told you already, man, keep your punk away from me, man. Y'all don't got nothing to say to me at all. If you want to deal with me, you deal with me. Don't have nobody coming over here, especially no punk coming over here asking me questions. We already had the discussion already. So they going back and forth and everybody on the yard just watching this go down. So they arguing back and forth. The guards over there watching, they ain't saying nothing. They just letting it unfold. So Big Cadillac turned around and just walk off. So the guy pick up his prison wife or whatever you want to call him. So he pick him up and they go sit on the bench. So man, Al was talking like, yeah, if we got to get into it with that dude, we taking off on him first. You see how he hit dude like that? Like one hit a quitter. So I was like, listen, if we ever had to get into it with that dude, it's on. We own him immediately. Big Cadillac only kicked it with a couple of dudes on the compound. It was him, this dude named Rail, this dude named T-Dog, and this dude named Loke from Pontiac, Michigan. That was his crew right there. These dudes used to gamble a whole lot. Like, that's all they did. All they did was play poker. Like, that was his crew right there. He didn't really associate with nobody else. He didn't really deal with nobody else but his little clique right there. Now, there was another punk. I made a video a while back called Inmate Lil Kim. Y'all make sure y'all go check that video out because this is like an extension to that video. So Lil Kim, like I told y'all in the old video, she was turning tricks. Lil Kim ended up getting a job in the kitchen. So Lil Kim's job was to clean the trays in the back, like all the way in the back. So keep that in mind. I'm going to say maybe a month after that incident happened on the yard with Big Cadillac knocking out Susan on the yard, about a month after that, I'm laying in my cell. And Al coming there like, dude, man, you ain't going to believe this. You ain't going to believe this. I said, what? He was like, man, just come on. Now, at this time, it was chow time. So when he came and got me, I'm like, I usually don't go to Chow because they be having nasty food up in there. The only time I usually go if they having burger and Friday, okay? And sometimes the chicken day, but it's if. So I get up and I'm like, what's up? He was like, man, just come on. We go down the tier. We get to the Chow. I said, what's up, man? What's going on? He was like, listen, what I'm about to show you, just listen, just watch this. So I'm like, what? I said, what's going on? So he said, look right here. So so when you come in, so you come down this hall, right, and you turn to the left. As soon as you walk in the Chow hall, and if y'all went over the Chow hall, it's the lunchroom, the prison lunchroom. As soon as you walk in, you got the cafeteria right here, but immediately to the right. Okay, if you're standing this way, you open the double doors, you walk straight ahead, you got a hallway right here to the right that you can go down. And if you go straight, that's the lunch line, and then all over there is the tables. Where when we came in, we went to the right down this hallway. I'm trying to paint the scene for y'all. So when we went down the hallway, he was like, be quiet, be real quiet. Now you can see in the kitchen right here, like a big window right here. The first window, the second window, and then it's a third window that's kind of, the windows is blocked out in a way. It's like they blacked out, but they chipped so you can see in it a little bit. Now this is where Lil Kim was working at. So he say, look in there, look right here. So I'm like, what? So I'm looking, I said, I don't see nothing. So he moved me out the way, and he looking at, he said, no, look over there towards the right. So I'm like, all right. So I look, I'm like, oh. Everybody, let me know in the comment section right now, what do y'all think I seen? Okay, what do y'all think I seen? Oh, I probably gave it away in a dang thumbnail. My bad. Do y'all remember my most viral video that I put out called The CEO Was Turned Up? And I told y'all the definition of spread eagle style? Well, inmate Lil Kim was spread eagle style across the potatoes. And guess who was in front of inmate Lil Kim? Big Cadillac. Inmate Lil Kim was on his back, her back, laying on a sack of potatoes, getting blown out by Big Cadillac. Spread eagle style. When I looked, I said, oh, yo, so all this time, you want to knock out Susan for approaching you on the yard? You want to project, oh, I don't like homosexuals. Oh, I don't like dudes that joke around. But this is what you doing in secret? This is what you doing, huh? Oh, Big Cadillac, right? Yeah. Got you. So Al got this big smile on his face. He like, man, wait until we get back to the dorm. I'm telling everybody. Let me tell y'all something. In prison, in jail, you must mind your business. Okay? Mind your business. The information that me and Al just seen could get our lives taken immediately. I told y'all, Big Al was a killer. Big Al was a very big, violent man. So with me saying that, if we go out here running our mouths telling everybody that, yo, Big Cadillac had Lil Kim spread the eagle style on the potatoes, when that word get back to Big Cadillac. So now I'm talking to Al. I'm like, yo, I said, no, we shouldn't do that, man. He like, no, man, forget that, man, forget that. He want to walk around here with his chest out and everything. Let's go ahead and expose him. Let's put him out there. I'm like, no, Al, we shouldn't do that, man. No, let's just leave it alone. Let's just let it go. He was like, man, no, man, he was like, no, man, let's expose him, man. I don't like that dude, man. Come on, let's expose him. I'm like, no, come on, man. We out. So Al was like, man, you just walk up. I'm about to do something. I was like, what you about to do? He was like, boom, man, cut that shit out. Then he took off running, and I started running with him. I don't know what made him do that. I don't know what was going on through his head, man. In hindsight, well, never mind. So we running, And we bust that lift and we go down the tier and we walking now. We get to the door. I'm like, dude, you was crazy, man. He was like, yeah, man, that's what he get. That's what he get. About 20 minutes later, me and Al is in the pod playing cards. Then Big Cadillac comes in. Now, when he came in, he stood like by the TV looking around at everybody. I'm like, Al, look at Cadillac. And Big Cadillac is standing there. But I noticed his hand is like in his pants. And me knowing what I know, he gotta be gripped up. He got that you know what on him. I see him standing there. I'm like, yo, hey, look at Big Cadillac. Look at him. So he's standing there. One of his homeboys come up to him and he whispers something to him. Then his homeboy come right over there to me and Al. So his homeboy come over there. He like, hey man, Big Cadillac he like, yo, that's how he talk, y'all, and that's how he be moving. Big Cadillac like, yo, hey, go over there and tell them little dudes that I want to holler at them. So we like, for what? He like, man, I don't know. He just said it's real important and y'all need to come over there ASAP. So we looking at him like, so Big Cadillac, he know what it's in our body language. So he just come over there and he walk over there like, hey, which one? Hey, I'm going to tell y'all right now. Don't have my name and no type of foolishness around here. Y'all heard? We like, man, what you talking about? He like, look, I'm going to tell y'all only one time. Do not have my name and no foolishness around here. I'm not playing with y'all. So we like, man, what are you talking about, dude? What you mean? Hey, like I said, don't have my name and no foolishness around here. And we like, all right, man, whatever. He like, no, it ain't no all right, man, whatever. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell y'all right now, again, don't have my name and no foolishness around here. So when he took off his do-rag and his hat, me and Al got up. And Big Cadillac homeboy was like, nah, y'all don't want to do that. Y'all don't want to do that. Yeah, y'all don't want to do that, man. Hey, I'm telling y'all right now, y'all don't want to do that. So Cadillac was like, hey, I'm going to tell y'all again. Don't have my name and no foolishness. I mean that. This your only warning. Then he walked off. Then his homeboy walked off like, yeah, and just walk off. And I was like, hey, we gonna have to do something to him. I said, don't tell nobody what you seen, right? He was like, man, I ain't worried about him. I was like, look, don't tell nobody what you seen, cause dude crazy, man. He like, man, I ain't worried about him. I said, all right. Don't just let it go. He like, all right, man, whatever. Then about 2 hours to go past, and Lil Kim walked up to me, and she was like, hey, was y'all in the kitchen at a certain time? And I was like, we came there to get something to eat. Oh, okay. Did y'all see anything or hear anything? I was like, no, well, nothing. And she was like, you know, you could tell me if y'all seen anything. I'm just saying, but if you did see something, don't say anything, okay? Because, you know, I know you guys is young and y'all new here, but we do things a certain way here. But if y'all didn't see anything, then okay, that's cool. Then he walked off. Al seen this from a distance, so he came up to me like, what she was talking about. If we seen something, we ain't really see it and this and that. And all I'm thinking to myself is like, how did they narrow it down to us? Like, how did they know? That's a good question, right? I'm going to tell y'all how they found out it was me and Al, right? But this is later. But this going to come into play later. So about 5 minutes after that, right, here he come. Here go Big Cadillac. He come right over there, walk over there to us. He like, hey, do y'all got something to tell me? Do y'all got something to tell me? Did y'all see me do something? I told y'all already, don't have my name and no foolishness. Now, at this point in time, y'all, he wasn't talking loud. He was just talking enough for me and Al to hear in our vicinity right here. So we like, dude, why you keep saying that? Listen, like I told y'all before, don't have my name and no foolishness around here. I'm not with the drama. I don't play no type of games up in here. So did y'all see me do something? So we like, man, we don't know what's going on. We don't know what you talking about. Like, why you keep saying that? He like, no, I'm just saying. Don't have my name and no foolishness around here. At this particular time, y'all, now I'm getting upset. See, I was kind of the hothead and Al was the funny guy. It just got to a point in time I didn't care how big dude was, and I didn't care that he had that thing. I was ready to take off on him. So at this point in time, I'm like, look, we already told you we ain't seen nothing here. Now, why you keep saying that? He like, man, I'm just saying, man. He like, I'm just saying, listen, this gonna be my last time telling y'all this. My bottom line is this: don't have my name in your mouths, and don't be having my name in no foolishness around here. So I'm like, yo, you ain't gonna keep talking to us like that, like we some type of punks or something. He was like, hey, like I said, don't have my name in no foolishness around here. My bottom line is y'all better not have my name in your mouths. Then he walked off. So I have my fist clenched, right? Y'all see that strong fist right there? I had my fist clenched, and I got to walking towards him, but Al stopped me like, yo, chill. So I'm like, man, I fought him. Because let me tell y'all something. I can only put up with BS for so long. I can only put up with disrespect for so long. So he walks off. And then me and Al walk off, and we go to our cell. So when we get to our cell, I'm like, Al, we going to have to get some steel for real. He like, all right, whatever. So when he left out, he was gone for about 15 minutes. Then he came back to the cell. It was like, okay, dude, so-and-so, I'm not going to say his name because he's still locked up, and I don't want to put no heat on him because he's still locked up. But he said, yo, dude, such and such said it's going to be 20 soups, 20 Mountain Dews, and a book of stamps. So I'm like, all right, cool, bet. So I told him, okay, go back and tell him we're going to give it to him on store day. So he said, all right. So Al left. Al came back with the thing. So all that night, man, Al just rehearsing what we going to do if he approach us again. So we just said, okay, if he walk up to us with that, I'm just gonna walk off and act like I'm not trying to hear, and then I'm just gonna come from behind him and hit him with that right, and then Al just get in front of him and hit him with that Freddy Krueger or that Michael Myers or that Jason Voorhees. We just gonna bleed him out right there. And let me tell y'all something, okay? You can go over these things in your head all day, all night. You can rehearse it a million times, but when it's time to get down, all that go out the window. Everything that you plan to do goes right out the window when you face to face with that monster and it's time to get out. We talking about it. We said, okay, if we do this, we're going to do that. If we move this certain way, we're going to move that certain way. If we walking down the hallway, going to the yard, this is how we going to do it. Talking all night about what we going to do to this man. The next day come around. Me, Al, and a couple of my homeboys from Detroit, we walking the track. We just walking the track, laughing, talking about what we used to do on the outside. We see Susan. Now, Susan just came back from medical. There she goes on the yard with this man. I'm looking their way, but I'm not really looking their way because they kind of moving different. So I'm like, what's going on over there? And I see that they walking towards Big Cadillac. So I'm like, oh, okay. So then I tell my homeboys, like, hold up. Because now I see Susan, man, with a banger. Like he walking like with his hand behind his back, and Susan right there walking with him, and they walking towards Big Cadillac, and Big Cadillac back is turned. Big Cadillac is sitting at the table with his back turned, gambling with his homeboys. He didn't even see it come. Dude came up behind him. Boom, boom, boom. Hit him 3 times right here. That red stuff starts spurting out, going everywhere. He like, oh. He gets up running. Oh. Susan whip out one of them things too and get to chasing after him and hitting him. Oh. He get hit on the side, hit over here, hit over there. Oh. So they start lighting him up like Wolverine. They just hitting him everywhere. Boom, boom. He running. He leaking. The guards hit the panic button. It's chaos going on. He running around. He bleeding out. His homeboys trying to get in the mix with it. It's chaos. It's mayhem. It's going down on the yard. They get out there. They telling everybody, get down on your stomachs. We all hit the deck, hit the floor with our hands spread it out like that. No warning shots. If you get hit, you just get hit. After all this chaos happened, they locked the whole prison down. They end up air flighting Big Cadillac out of there. They end up taking Susan and her man, locking them up, putting them in the hole, and we all on lockdown. So me and Alan ourselves like, I'm glad it wasn't us. Glad we didn't have to do it. Dang, that could have been us. I'm like, yeah, it could have. See, let me tell y'all something. I probably would not be here talking to y'all, giving y'all the story right now. I could be in a hole, never getting out the hole. I could be still locked up in a maximum facility. Big Cadillac didn't make it. He succumbed to his injuries. And well, it's prison, right?